Hey, hey, hey.
Bob Barker. You know what? I was just
Bob
thinking. Too
Barker.
bad he was never in like a costume, or
Bob Barker?
yeah, like he never. Right?
What?
You ever
What's
dress
he
up like
gonna
a dog or
do?
something to tell people to?
To not
to
or to go spade and like
yeah.
spay and
I wonder if there's
what the
something that he probably has now that we talk about it.
spay and neuter your animals? That's what I was trying to think of. Neuter.
Yeah, that's what he always.
Oh, that's
That was his
ridiculous.
thing.
Bob
Do you know
Barker.
he's still alive?
No, I thought he died.
I thought he died too, but he just had his like
hmm
99th birthday.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I thought he was long gone after Happy Gilmore. I thought, yep, bye bye Bob Barker.
What do you? He probably was still on the show like 10 years after that.
Yeah, I know, but I thought he was kind of gone after that. But then, you know,
That was his last hurrah being on.
yeah, like, I think it's funny. Oh, okay. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome, Mrs. Good Stuff. First,
Hell,
hey guys, we have Crazy Mad in the house. We have who else? Mo Biggs.
my
Hail the
mom's
chat.
my mom's here because she's
Oh.
actually waiting. My dad had to go to the emergency room for a kidney stone.
Ooh,
It's the first one he's ever
dang.
had. I've had like 7 of them, so it's his
I've
first
had
one.
two. I've had two. So I know
Mm.
what that's all about. Ooh, that's terrible. I hope your dad feels better. Hello, Barb. Um, yeah, Joseph. Hope he feels better, man. That sucks. I actually went in. It was the only time, like, well, the first one was bad. My second one wasn't
Yeah,
as bad,
my
but
first
my
one was the
first
worst.
one, whew, man, it doubled me over. I was sitting at my art desk. Actually, I was drawing in the middle of the night, like it was like midnight, 1 o'clock, and you know, ER is about the only thing open, and so,
Yeah.
um, but I was like, I was hurting so bad. I was like, this. I hope this isn't a kidney stone because I'd heard my dad talk about it, and he had explained what it felt like, and I was like, I'm having that kind of thing happen, and so we went to the emergency room, and I like puked as soon as we got there because I was in so much pain. I'd never been in so much pain that I just threw up.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And then when we got there, I had a nurse put the IV on me, and when she blew out my vein, so my pain went all from my kidneys to my hand because she blew a vein. So
Oh my god.
crazy night. Yeah, that was a crazy night. I didn't. I was in the shit in that night for
So
sure.
the first one I had, I was in college and I was in class, and I thought the person behind me actually stabbed me with a pen.
Ooh.
Like I literally turned around and was like, "Why the hell did you just do that?" Then I went to the bathroom and I
You're
couldn't
just
see her
accusing
poop.
people.
Dude, I was in the bathroom for like 20 minutes. I come back in the class, everyone looks at me because I'm like pale white. And
Oh
and one
yeah,
of my
man.
classmates actually took me to the hospital. Everyone just looked at me and were like, "You need to go to the hospital."
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
So I mean, they gave me fluids, and then I think I just passed it. I didn't. That was the beauty of it, is that I didn't feel it. I think it
Oh,
broke up on its own.
I
So that was the
felt it.
beauty.
And how
Yeah.
our dorms were is our bathroom would be in the middle for us to share a bathroom with someone. And my friend was giggling because I was screaming like a girl when it came out. Because you see blood, and you're like, you're not supposed to see blood when you're peeing. So that's
Oh
a
yeah. No,
mind
that's terrible, man.
thing. And then the pain because I'm trying to catch it. And I was like high pitched, and he's just giggling. And I'm like, "You're such an asshole, man." He's
Mm.
giggling, think it's the funniest thing in the world.
Oh,
I'm
that's terrible.
bleeding out in the toilet trying to catch this piece of metal.
Oh, that's terrible. If you went to college today, they'd still stare at you for being pale white. Look at this colonizer. For sure.
Yeah.
I've had 12 surgeries. I
Oh,
hate when they miss my vein and have to go in my hand. Ooh.
they always
Ugh.
have to go in my hand. I just tell them to go in my hand anymore
My
because
veins
you
are,
can
I
never
don't have
get.
small veins. So for that woman to blow my vein, that's pretty
Yeah, that's
rare.
bad.
Yeah. So my veins are easy to get to.
Crazy man. I
Never
can't believe
have
you've had
trouble.
12 surgeries. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a lot. I've had a couple minor things. No big
I
deal.
mean, is a colonoscopy considered surgery? Because I've had 2 of
No.
those.
That's a procedure, but not a surgery.
Okay, well then I've never had a surgery. Luck
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah. I had knee surgery,
Oh,
tore
those
my
suck.
meniscus. That wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad.
You don't have any problems from it?
No, it was a
Oh, really?
meniscus tear,
A lot of people have
and
knee problems after they've knee surgery.
no, actually, I'm pretty good.
Did they put
Um,
anything in it?
no, they made two
Screws
little
or
snips in the meniscus so that it would like heal,
yeah.
and then it just healed up and it was fine.
So no metal,
So
nothing like that in there.
no, 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 no.
I think that's the problem is when people have like metal
Yeah.
in the joint
Well, my
areas.
dad broke his leg on the motorcycle.
Oh,
He rides Harleys, and he actually, so the tail end of the truck, he slid on top of. He rode his bike, so he was able to lay his bike down, get up on top of his bike, and ride it till it stopped. And it happened to stop
so like a
at the back end of
surfboard.
a truck bed. Yeah, he surfed the bike, and it hit the back end of the truck hard enough to catch his leg in between it, and
Oh,
it pinched his leg between the truck bed and his motorcycle, and it broke his leg, and they had to put a metal shaft down, in the shin part of his leg. Ooh,
yeah.
talk about terrible. So yeah, bad, bad, bad. Hey, Jay Ryan, thanks for coming, man. Good to see you. I've been put to sleep
Oh,
12 times
cut
so they could
open
cut me
12
open.
times. Oh
Yeah.
man, sorry, crazy man. That's terrible.
Oh yeah,
I
man.
like
That
being
is
put
bad.
under though. Like you, that's the best sleep in the world.
Um, it depends. I mean, being put under depends on how they put me under. Sometimes it's not as nice, but yeah.
What's the other way they can do it? I've only had the gas. They
Not the
have you count
gas.
to 10 and you fall asleep like at 9.
I don't like the feeling of it going in my vein. I've had them do it through an IV, and the heat from that going up my arm, I didn't like that. Felt
You know what
weird
was
as hell.
really weird for the COVID I had that I was in the hospital. They were
Welcome to
worried
2023, everybody.
the more as long as this channel goes, just more and more of our aches and pains we're going to be talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
that's what happens. So when I went in for COVID in August, because they were worried about blood clots, they put this thing in me to do a CAT scan, and it literally felt like there was heat in my veins. They're like, "You're gonna
Ooh.
feel hot," and I was
Yeah,
like,
I don't like that.
I thought I
So,
peed myself with how it felt. Like it
oh
was
my
that
god.
kind of like warm.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So Mo says sometimes they hit Dirk in the head with a mallet. I'm not a pope. I'm not the Pope, Mo Biggs. They only do that to the Pope. Did you guys hear that? They have an actual hammer. Pope
For what?
Benedict just passed away, right? Did you hear that?
What?
Pope Benedict just passed away. Did
Oh,
you hear
did he
that?
really?
Yeah. So the Pope before this latest Pope, he passed away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when a Pope dies, they have a ritual that they do. They have a hammer, and it's an actual like big hammer,
What?
and they tap the head of the Pope when he dies to ensure that he's dead.
What? No, come on. You have to be
Yes,
making
they
this
do.
up. This
No, they
is-
do. They do. They actually do it. You got to look it up.
That's like that feels like that's something from Spaceballs.
I know.
Are
It's
you
freaking
there?
nuts. I
Are
was
you
like,
there?
let's make sure he's dead.
Are you there? Are you?
Oh,
We gotta wait here.
it's terrible. Although, I want to be cremated. I don't know about anybody else, but when I think about that, I'm like, yeah, tap me on the damn head. Make sure I'm dead. I do not want to wake up for that shit. Yeah, it's nice when you get out, but it's awful when you wake up. Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, I've
pretty
always
bad.
liked when I woke up. I always felt great after waking up, but I've never had a surgery, so that probably has
So-
to be terrible feeling
Yeah,
dealing
yeah.
with the pain of surgery.
So the Art and Times Jay Ryan says freezing and numbing. I was fully awake for a surgery. Watched it on the monitors.
Screw that.
I
I feel like
can't
I'd have a
look at
panic
that kind of stuff. So I'd rather just be out and not see it. I can't watch it. So I can't see the blood. I pass out at blood, so it's bad.
No, see, blood don't bother me. I just, I feel like I could make myself. I almost had a panic attack in a, what's the thing called? Where you can't move and they're looking at your head the whole time.
What?
It's like sounds like a
Oh,
jackhammer.
CAT scan, like a
Not
CAT
a CAT
scan, like
scan.
a
It's something different.
MRI.
Yeah, an MRI. I've almost had a panic attack in those things because it's
Yeah,
not
those can
that
be
big,
pretty.
and you can just see.
Yeah.
So I've always
It's
had
an
to like
enclosed space.
talk myself down. Like I can get out of
Yeah.
here. It'll be fine.
See,
and not have
that kind of stuff don't bother me. Like enclosed spaces do, but that kind of enclosed space doesn't, because
It
I
does
know I
for
can
me.
crawl out of it. You know what I mean? So that's not like trapping me or anything.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate
So
it.
that wouldn't bother me too bad. So Mo says that tradition started after all the problems with the vampire pope in the Middle Ages. I don't know how true that is or what really started it. I know that they do have this hammer. It is a true thing.
If there's a vampire pope, I want to read about that so bad.
I know, that sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome.
Oh man, that'd be great. Didn't they use that storyline in not Rising Stars? What was the name of it? Alex Ross did all the covers for Astro City. Didn't they have that storyline in Astro City?
I don't know what that is.
Or that they have there was a story written by Kurt Busiek, and Alex Ross did the covers for it. And there was like this
story,
Batman
like comic
character.
book, or
yeah, it was a comic.
Okay.
But they had this Batman style character, like a priest, and he was like a Batman character. So he was, and his Robin was like an altar boy.
Oh god.
Which actually the designs of it were pretty cool. I was impressed with most of the design work that they did for that comic book. But they had a story where they went up against this, it was like a bishop character or something, and I think he was a vampire. So it was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
Who gets the job of taking the hammer to the Pope's head?
I know, that's what I was thinking. Like, you get to tap-a-roo. Just give it a tap. Oh, so good.
Couldn't you see if there's like a committee there and someone would be like, I don't think you tapped him enough, and then someone would be like, no, you did it too far, don't do it again. And then they're like having this conversation, like
probably. So did you guys see what's been going on with the Joker? I put a thing out earlier, but right as soon as I did, so did everybody else. So I think it hit up Twitter pretty hard.
I hate that we're even giving this time of day because it is so stupid.
We have to talk at least a couple minutes.
No, I know. Right? We have to talk about it because it's just so ridiculous.
Well, let's do Crazy Mad's question of the week.
Oh, yeah.
We almost forgot that. So, would you rather have the police hunting you for a murder you didn't commit, or a psychopathic clown hunting you?
Does the psychopath blah 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 psycho? Why am I having such a hard time with this? The clown who's a psychopath.
The clown.
I can't say psychopath clown for some reason. Does he have special powers here, Crazy Mad, or is this just a dude that's crazy? Because the police are going to be way better at catching me than a crazy clown.
Take it what it is. Take it for what it is. Psychopathic clown is hunting you.
Oh, I'd rather that because I could even kill that guy and say it was for self-defense. The guy's psychopathic. Why would I'm screwed with the police?
Yeah, because with a psychopathic clown, at least, you could set traps. You could, he's not supernatural, right?
Rambo.
He's not supernatural. Look, man, if I got a guy hunting me, I'm going all out.
Wasn't this a Seinfeld episode? Wasn't there a clown hunting Seinfeld?
Wouldn't you do something like if you knew somebody was coming after you? Wouldn't you do something to where you would like make them fall into a pit or trap them or something?
Wait a minute. What
I would.
Do you have access to, Derek?
I would make a pit. I would draw. No, hold on. My next door neighbors in their barn has a pit in their garage that they can do oil changes in. Like they actually have a thing, like you can crawl under the car.
Yeah, they do. Okay.
There's like all kinds of stuff you could find. I would lure it into a building and like make it like, I don't know. You do all kinds of fun stuff.
You see Crazy Mad's new text?
No, I got to get down here.
I feel so stupid now.
So, do I know about the clown, and will he be dressed as a clown when he comes for me? That is an excellent
Oh,
question.
yeah, crazy. We need to know that.
And then Mo says, but Murph, what if he's a beloved clown like Ronald McDonald and police don't believe you? That's diabolical.
Oh, yeah,
There's no superpowered clowns I know of. So I'd say he's just a guy. I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's like,
well, yeah.
well, I was thinking like, are you talking It here? Because if you had It following you, no, I would rather have police chasing me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. The last thing I'm thinking is just some dude as a clown. I'm thinking of superpowers and all this stuff.
Yeah, no, if it's a guy dressed as a clown, I'm going after his ass.
So would I rather run away from one guy trying to kill me or the police? The one guy, because the police can do whatever they want.
Yep. Yeah, the police, once they get you, dude, you're done. You're in jail. You're getting screwed after that, literally. So no thank you. So I'm more like, let the crazy guy come after me. I'll take my chances.
Especially since he's a clown. If I'm out in public, I can see this guy coming.
Gacy. Wasn't Gacy a clown?
Who's Gacy?
What's his name? He was the BK killer.
Clown wasn't that his like name? The Joker?
Oh, come on. You don't know his name?
Casey?
Yeah. It was Gacy. William Gacy or something like that. He was a famous killer, the BK killer.
Oh, that guy does look freaking creepy.
Yeah, like he's terrible. Yeah. John Wayne Gacy, thank you.
Yeah.
That guy, if he was coming after you, he's pretty bad.
That's like creepy.
And he creepy cut people up and do some weird shit. We're too old for John Wayne Gacy.
Dude. Did he only?
It's true. We're not kids. We're not young boys anymore. He went after young men, I think, is what he did.
Oh God.
So, yeah, it was creepy. But if it was a clown like that, yeah, I would be a little freaked out. But I mean, you still have you can take your chances with him. I think that's where I'm at. Okay, back to the Joker.
Police, they can like bomb your house and just say, "Oh, I was a terrorist." You can say whatever they want.
Have you guys seen this shit with the Joker? Let's read the first panel. Boing! There it is.
So stupid.
Yeah, he was after teenagers. Okay, so, well, what have we here? I think you're pregnant. I think you're right. Do we have a good OBGYN we can use? So this is the Joker with a protruding belly and some orange little dude in a clown suit and a poorly drawn Joker. It's like dime store Joker.
Dude, I could draw this in like 5 seconds. This whole thing.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
And so Joker now can birth babies. And I don't know if it's a dream sequence or if it's part of his psychosis or what they're doing. All I know is it's kind of crazy. And I really hope that this is just a little thing of him having some kind of weird psychosis thing, like where he's dreaming something really funky and then come to find out it was all just bullshit. And
I just love the conversation and scholarly writing. Well,
yeah.
What have we here? Like,
yeah.
Someone pregnated, especially a male. Well, what do you think we have here? The other person, they're all fine too. They're like, I think you're pregnant. I think you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And he goes, "You ready?" And he goes, "Ready as I'll ever be, Atomic Skull." And you can see the Atomic Skull's head glowing under the Joker's gown, which is purple, by the way. Why they would give Joker a purple gown? I don't know. Maybe it's his own gown. I don't know. But is that Mr. Mixoplex or WE? I don't know who that is. Mixoplex, I'm not sure. It could be, or if it's just one of his minions. But they've actually got a guy either looking in the butt of the Joker or they're making it seem like it can come out of his penis. I'm not sure what they're trying to think here, which
I
end it's
mean,
coming out of.
I've never used those utensils. Would it open up your butt? Like, I understand how it would open up the vagina with your legs. Would your butt actually open up with your legs being
I don't
like
think it'd
that?
open the sphincter, man. It would open the cheeks a little. It'd spread the cheeks, but I don't think it would really
But
open
was he
the.
looking down his pee hole then? Is that what they're
That's
trying
I
to...
know it's either looking in his butthole or just playing catch. He's got a catcher's mitt there and he's ready. But he goes, okay, the second panel is dumb, even if it's a dream. Yes, it is. Oh,
Oh,
W is
W
whatever.
equals whatever. I thought
Yeah,
I thought it was
so
a guy's name with W and E.
yeah, I mean it.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? It could be just one of his minions. I don't know. What if the Joker
Oh,
just has a massive kidney stone? Well, we were talking about that earlier.
Dude, when you have a kidney stone, I don't care what the doctor wants to do. Just get that out.
But they
Get
should have
it
just shown the
out.
Joker standing over the toilet with like a mesh cup, right? So he can pee
Yeah.
through it and catch the
Hey,
rocks.
have
or
you ever
whatever.
watched those things of the women that were pregnant and would crap, and then the baby came out in the toilet and they didn't even know they were pregnant? Like, how
Yeah,
does
that's
that
some weird shit.
happen?
That's weird as hell to me.
Yeah.
But I've known it to happen. Yes, it's weird. I don't know how you're not in touch with your body to know that much change is happening, and then all of a sudden you just crap out a baby. I don't understand.
Especially because
You
you're
just-
using periods. Like,
That's what I'm saying. The Art and Times of Jay Ryan. He just needs to drop the kids off at the pool. That's where I'm at. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm not going to link shame Murph.
kink.
Going to link shame Murph at this
Kink.
point.
He means kink shame.
Does he mean kink shame?
Well, what?
Oh, he
what
put
kink
kink.
do I
Okay.
have?
Go on with it, Crazy Matt. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I
That'd be
don't know
funny.
what he's referring to. What kink?
All I know is this kind of weirded me out today, but I was laughing a lot at the memes and I thought they were great. And some of these people were just going crazy over it. And I don't know how serious this is. This may not be a serious thing. It may be a total joke that they're putting in because it's a Joker story. So they're just doing, outrageous parts to the story. I don't know. But either way, when you think about it, you're like, they're talking about an OBGYN and they're saying men can have babies now. And it just is blowing my mind. So I'm like, this is where the state of comics is. They actually show him under the gown with his glowing head, and he's waiting for whatever is going to come out of the Joker. Now I heard that he ends up having a mud baby, this mud creature, and it turns into the form of a young Joker who the Joker then adopts as his son.
Hey, though, since we're all from the dust, aren't we all mud babies when it comes down to it?
Yeah.
We go back to the dust, so we're all
I
just
guess.
mud babies.
Stop dead naming Joker. It's true. Got to get my pronouns right. He ends up having this mud baby, and I thought Bancroft was racist. Oh, man.
No.
Oh,
Oh boy! Oh boy!
man. You punched. You hit low, Mo. You hit low. Oh, that was perfect. But it's true because this mud baby, like, I don't know if it's a shit baby or a mud baby. I don't know what it is, but it ends up taking on the form of the Joker, and he adopts it as his son. That's really disturbing. So it's kind of like Ren and Stimpy when Ren has a
right. If it was an Asian or white baby, it wouldn't be an it to you. But since it's a baby of color,
no. But you remember Ren and Stimpy when he farted and he like adopted his fart.
Yes,
his fart ran away from home, and I'm like, is this where the story's headed? Is this what they're trying to do with the Joker? They're doing Ren and Stimpy. So I don't know, man. I'm a little lost, but yeah, this is where we're at. This is the state of our beloved comics. Once beloved comics. Where'd everybody go? I feel like we had some people in the chat and then they left us. They got
think
tired
when
of seeing mud babies in here.
the mud baby.
Mud
The
baby turned people
racist
off.
mud baby. They came for the costumes and we haven't talked about them yet.
I know. Well, it's half an hour in. What are we going to do? So we just wanted to have a little bit of fun tonight. So that's what we're doing. And so we just wanted to talk about our favorite costumes, our favorite movie costumes. Thought it was fun. Saw a thread on that earlier today too. And I thought, man,
Godzilla.
that's a fun topic. Godzilla is your favorite. It's your favorite, really?
I don't know. No, I just shouted it out.
You just shout.
I just shouted it out.
So you don't even care about Godzilla.
Dude, you know what this reminds me of? Did you watch Friends at all or no?
Yeah, a little bit. Casey.
Oh, there's an
Casey liked it.
episode where they're getting ready for a wedding, and they're buying suits, and the one suit is George Clooney as Batman. That's what he wore it, and they're like,
Right.
"Oh man, I want that!" And then they find out they can get James Bond, and they keep they keep arguing over the ones that they can get because they keep finding cooler and cooler ones. And that's what makes me think about this when you think about like a costumes, like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when you say coolest, like the hardest design one I'd want to dress up as?
So I just want to know your favorite interpretations. So let's put it that way. Like, what are your favorite comic accurate or best interpretations of your favorite?
It has to stay comic book.
Well, just comic based, like when you think about some comic movies, V for Vendetta is a comic movie, right? So that could fit into what we're talking about.
I was disappointed in that.
Yeah, I didn't love that. Some people really love it. Some people I know really love that movie. But it was accurate. I mean, they did a good job with the mask and everything. It looked accurate. Yeah. So what would be your let's just do like top 5 favorites.
Well, see, I feel like favorites and accurates are two different things. Like Beast from The Last Stand looks fucking amazing.
So that was going to be one of mine, by the way.
Oh, seriously?
What?
I do. I think they nailed Beast.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you. Beast was great. Kelsey Grammer as the Beast.
Yeah.
So let's put in...
now I wouldn't say he's the coolest, but like accurate, being like, oh man, that's Beast. Like,
oh yeah. Let's look.
Especially when they gave him the old jacket and everything like that. I thought that was really.
Yeah, I'm gonna open this up because I agree with you. I think it's one of the best that they did for the X-Men, for sure. So let me share this.
I honestly didn't hate that the X-Men had uniformed outfits.
No, I didn't hate that either.
They could have put more color into them than them being so black. But yeah, that looks great. Like, look at that. Yeah. That looks so well done.
It's definitely one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite interpretations of the character live because, first off, Kelsey Grammer sounds like the Beast when he talks.
Yeah.
So his Frasier, every time you listen to Frasier, he is the Beast. And then the way he looks on this, I don't know if they could have done any better. Like, this is the best version of the Beast of all time.
The only thing I think they could do is CGI him completely and make him like an ape.
Yeah. Yeah, they could elongate him a little more in his arms and legs, make his feet a little bigger.
The Jim Lee Beast is very ape-like.
Yeah, I hate the cat version of the Beast.
Oh, no one likes
hated it forever. So the old school, like 80s Beast is my favorite, and I feel like they nailed that with this. So yes, this is one of my top. Murph's going to go with Captain Marvel. What? The movie made $1 billion. If that's not great, I don't know what is. Oh, that was good.
I do have to say though, when they give her her hair being straight up with the green, the spacesuit does look cool. The less you see of her face, the cooler it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate her as that. I don't like her that much, but I don't hate her as the character or whatever. But yeah, you're right. I think her costume looked great, so they didn't really go wrong with the costume at all.
Yeah.
So the Beast is awesome. Okay,
Oh, that's crazy. We didn't talk about this. I didn't. It just came to my head
what?
because I was thinking of X-Men, and then I thought of Beat like that. You actually put that. I'm trying to think of things where I'm like, man, that
Okay.
really looks like.
So for me, Rorschach from Watchmen. Now,
Oh, that's a
I
good one
and the reason why is not because it's a hard costume. I think
because they
Rorschach's
make his
probably one of
face
the
move.
easiest. Yeah, it's because they made his face move.
Yeah, that is
And
cool. That's
I
very
think
cool.
it's one of the coolest things ever. And I was like, I love this so much. So for me, Rorschach coming to life
Yeah, that
and
was
seeing
cool.
and the guy they had play him was perfect. It was a great casting, and just the grittiness of that character. I think it's shown through, and it was one of the best interpretations of the character I've ever seen. So
I
now
can't
you're
help but
saying
think of
Mystique.
X-Men. I mean, Deadpool's pretty dead on for his costume,
Yeah, yeah, I
That's,
agree. Deadpool's pretty dead on.
and so
He
is
is.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Iron
It's not one of
Man.
my favorites though, and it's not because Deadpool's not a cool character or anything. It's just I think I
It's
was so more
simple.
excited. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was more excited to see some of the other characters come to life. You know what I mean? Like
but I
once you
do think
saw Deadpool
there
and the
are
way they made
characters
his
that I
eyes
feel
move.
like I do feel like there's characters you need to CGI, not just Hulk and Thanos,
Yeah,
but like Colossus, how they did in Deadpool. I think that's perfect.
yeah,
CGI
yeah.
him. I think
Well,
Beast
hold
and
on.
Nightcrawler need to be
You're
CGIs.
jumping all over the place, so we got to stick with a couple things here. So
Nightcrawler.
Colossus was another favorite for me. Now let's bounce back to Crazy Mad real quick here because he goes
Yeah,
Mystique
Nightcrawler.
has to be there. So I don't love
She's
the
not comic
interpretation of
accurate.
Mystique. No, I hated it. I
No,
liked her. Don't get me wrong,
I
but
don't.
as Mystique, I didn't like it.
I don't hate the design for them trying to go as more realistic as they could with the movies. I think was cool. But if you're gonna
It
go to comic accurate, there's nothing
She's
comic
way
accurate
off,
about her at
and
all.
that's more what I'm talking about. It's not that I didn't like her. It's that I didn't think it was a great job on comic accuracy, and it's not one of my favorite interpretations. Let's just put it that way.
It'll be interesting when the MCU does her because she'd probably look pretty cool live action.
Yeah. Now I do say Nightcrawler was a great one in
Yeah,
X2. That was a
yeah, he
pretty
was.
good interpretation of him.
Well,
And when he
especially
was
how they used his
vamping,
powers. Yeah, the
yeah,
BAM thing. That
when he
was
did that
fucking
in the
amazing.
presidential office in the Oval Office,
Oh,
that was one of the best scenes at that time, man, that had ever come out. It
oh
it
yeah.
floored me, in the movie theater. I was like, "Holy shit,
It was the
that is
best scene of the
awesome!"
movie by
Yeah, it
far.
was the best scene. Yeah, you're right. And so Crazy Mad's just strictly talking costume. Yeah, because she naked. So I know what you're talking about, Crazy Mad.
That's funny.
Um, but I think it's cool too. Um, well, we were talking Colossus, but I don't have him looked up yet. But in the meantime, I'm going to.
I'll tell you this: I have not liked any of the Daredevil costumes
Oh, really?
because, like, I feel like Daredevil, you see a lot of his nose, like Captain America, and they haven't been doing that. They've been putting the
Yeah,
mask like at his nose, and I don't feel like that's what the
yeah,
Daredevil looks like.
I agree. And it shortens his eyes and it makes his eyes come
Yeah,
forward like this.
yeah,
And it really is a weird, it almost gives him he almost looks retarded.
yeah. I haven't been happy with the casting, but I have not liked the costume for Daredevil.
Mystique will look interesting in her MCU pantsuit. I want the white outfit. I like the Mystique
Yeah, I
white.
know that'd be look so
Yeah,
cool.
awesome. I wish I could come up with a way to make that work.
I
But
think you can
whatever.
just do it as it is, right?
Probably. Yeah. So I have another comic accurate and one that I thought was pretty cool to see on live stream, because I read the book and I thought it was one of the coolest. Was Marv. Sin City.
Yeah, Sin City's done really well.
Oh, it was. It was great. And the fact that they brought it was almost like the comic book just came to life, like literally came to life. It
Do they have a name for the cinematography like they did in 300 in this, where
I
it's
don't
like a
know, but
mixture of hyper real with animation? Like
it should have spurned a whole thing, but it didn't because it's artsy, you know what I mean? But that's what
I
makes
mean
it special
300's
too.
beautiful to look
It
at.
is.
300
It
is
is. And so is Watchmen. I mean, he
yeah.
went panel for panel in Watchmen, but there was something about Sin City that
Well, the Watchmen
man,
doesn't have the cinematography of 300 or Sin
right.
City.
But
That
you
whatever
know,
that
look at
is.
this contrast on him. It's
Yeah.
just so awesome. It looks drawn, you know, and it
Yeah.
actually looks like it came to life. The comic book came to life, and it's fantastic. But he's also comic accurate, you know.
I've
He
never read Sin
looks,
City, but I do enjoy the movies.
yeah, he very much looks like Marv.
I
So
thought
it's pretty
I
cool.
thought Frodo's character was a little weird. Laugh out
What?
loud. Why do you judge Kara Mystique as a trans black lesbian with this?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What is that a quote from the movie? I don't know.
I don't know what he's
It's
talking
got to
about
be a
because
quote from
even
something.
now with the new X-Men stuff that they've done, she still looks like classic Mystique with the
Yeah,
skeleton on the head and the
right.
skeleton. So I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, so you're right, Crazy Mad. It's
Yeah,
not that it's the costume for me. For me, oh, and we got bots in here. How awesome is that? Um, Marv is just cool. I think his face, the way he came across in general, was just so great.
yeah, that
You know,
jaw they give him, that jaw line.
yeah, it's larger than life. To me, that's part of the costume, so that's what I'm counting as well. It's not the overall look because I think he's still comic accurate, but that face they did with Mickey Rourke, man, it's just I just thought it was great. You know
Thinking
what I
off the
mean?
top of my head, because I never prepare for our streams, you know what? Mysterio looked pretty fucking awesome in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, yeah. That one blew me away, man. That one blew me away. I love Mysterio's look. I love the
Yeah.
classic Mysterio. He is
And
one
they
of my
did a pretty
favorite.
good, like, classic but
Yeah.
new-ish to it, where it felt. They did a really
Yes.
good job on his.
I have to get that called up. But the thing that they did with him, I'm going to call a picture up with his head without his helmet on. Um, where's it at? Okay, there it is. I got to stop screen. To me, they even got little bits of his costume right, like the eyes and things.
Well,
So right here where his cape attaches to his, outfit, to
yeah.
his armor, that's accurate. That's comic accurate. It's got those eyes in there. And then the way the armor on his, like the
I was
suit
gonna
and his
say, because
arms and
isn't that
stuff.
his chest and everything is the green squares?
Yeah.
Or
And
something
then,
like that?
yeah. And then the arms, the way the arms look, like that's the old, drawing style that they used to do with him. And I was like, man, that is perfect. So I love that interpretation of him. I thought it was a very well crafted thing.
Yeah, because a lot of times the villains they don't do a great job of making
No,
them look like they're super villain.
right. But he was well done, I think. Um, yeah, I
You know
loved it.
what's
And
waiting
even
for
look
the
at his
Fantastic?
gauntlets. See his gauntlets? That is
Hmm?
accurate from the comics too. So I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I was gonna say the Thing. I thought the costume because it's a straight up costume. I thought that looked pretty good for what they for not using CGI on him.
Yeah.
The Thing.
I
I thought
yeah,
he
it
looked
was
good.
good, but I didn't like his face, man. They had the like Michael Chiklis was a great thing in
Like he
talking and
looks too
everything. He
happy in the
sounded
face.
like him. No, it's smooth. There's no like big Ben Grimm eyebrow. And you
Yeah,
got to
that's
have the
true.
Ben Grimm eyebrow, man. It's that Kirby look. They should have went more Kirby and they didn't. So, if they would have done that, it would have been great. because he would have looked and sounded just like Ben Grimm.
You wonder though if
But
they tried it and it didn't work, like if it looked weird. Like, right? Don't you think they would have tried it at least?
I don't know. I mean, you know, what director, if you're doing art, you know, and you have these guys designing, like who's approving this shit? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have approved that. I would have been like, that is not Ben Grimm. You know, it needs to go
Yeah.
more this way.
Well,
And I would have told her.
I know with the first X-Men, they didn't want Wolverine to have the hair, and it was actually who's the head of the MCU that was there, and he told them it was needed. He fought for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it was needed. And it brought more of that home for everybody, you know. Because if you know, Hugh Jackman was a huge guy, like he's too tall. So they had to have more of that look. If you notice in the first movie, he really goes through a lot of hair changes.
It's weird though when you think about it. Like for all the superheroes, Wolverine's one of the easier to do. Like you don't need special effects. You have claws. You kind of wonder why there wasn't more like Wolverine stuff. You know, he's not a hard. It's not like Spider-Man swinging through the city like a guy on a motorcycle fighting in bars. Like,
yeah,
right?
and yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, there was. Yeah, I just think Wolverine went through a lot of changes. If you watch his progression through all those movies, he goes through an evolution of looks. You got to go back and look at him side by side.
Yeah, his hair. I think his hair's the best in the second Wolverine movie, where he goes to Japan. The haircut they give him for that, I thought was the best. That was my favorite that they did.
Yeah.
Mo says, I thought the Batman 89, I thought he couldn't turn his head, and they didn't change it to the second one. They did change it for the first one so he could.
No, they never changed Michael Keaton's Batman. He never could move his head. If you watch, he's real stiff every time.
Mo makes it sound like they did change it so he could.
Well, he said good movie, but they seriously didn't go back to the drawing board when they realized the cowl design didn't allow Michael Keaton to turn his head. Yeah. No, they never changed it. They kept it straight. They didn't make Batman's head be able to move until Christian Bale came out. That was the only time he was able to turn his head, like, you know, side to side.
Yeah, that's so weird. You would think too, just acting, how that would screw up, like in scenes and things like that.
Yep. Before that, they never had a cowl that could do it. And, you know, it does make you think, why didn't they go back and try to do something with that, you know?
So, because there's a scene in the first one when Morgan Freeman goes, you want to be able to turn your head when you're backing out of the driveway. Is that a joke at the original that because he couldn't?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
He says that to him when he takes it to Morgan Freeman again about it. And he goes, you want to be able to turn your head when you're driving out of the.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been. Because I think in the first one he couldn't do it, and then they finally in the second one they did. It was something like that.
Oh, you think in Batman Begins he can't turn his head in that?
I have to go back and look. I know in the second one that's when it got real sleek to his neck, and then he could actually turn. So it changed at that point.
I did like how Batman looked in all of those.
Yeah, Heath Ledger's Joker would. I actually like Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah. That was good.
But it's not. I wasn't super excited for it.
No, but I was totally wrong. I thought it was going to suck.
I was wrong too, and the more I watched, the more I loved it. So it just got better and better, you know, over the years.
Talking about costume, Two-Face. That half of his face with the bone. Oh, that was awesome. How they basically just made it was like his face was
pretty
ripped
good.
off.
Yeah.
That was
awesome. Pretty good. Man.
Halle Berry Catwoman. Could watch that all day. Her Catwoman,
I could watch it.
Was a good outfit.
Stupid movie, but yeah. It was a fun outfit. I don't know, man. I'll take Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman any day over that. I will. Any day. I didn't like Halle Berry's Catwoman suit that much.
No, I'm being funny, but it is.
I know, no, but a lot of people do. A lot of people love that one, but I would take Michelle Pfeiffer's.
Yeah, a lot of females will dress up for it for Halloween.
Right. Who else? Who else am I thinking of that had a great interpretation? Well, I
I mean,
think
I
we were
mean,
talking about
John
it earlier.
Constantine, outside of the blonde hair, looks like John Constantine. I mean,
Yeah, that's
Angelina
true.
tie, and yeah, that's who he
Um,
is. 300, dude. That's what they look like.
yeah. So let me look at this. Here we go. Here's a good image. Let me share this one. And we talked about him a little bit ago. I mean, um, but I want to touch base on that
Yeah,
because I do believe this is one of the best the X-Men has ever offered. You know,
yeah.
um,
It's perfect.
it's perfect. I mean, what else would you do to him? You know, I wouldn't do anything else to him. He's perfect.
No, like I said, there's some characters you just need to CGI.
Yeah.
Colossus, Nightcrawler. I hope they keep Frazier for
Well,
Beast.
but you got
CGI
to get
him
the
and let
real
him just
deal
do the
seed.
talk.
But you got to get the real version of him. He can't be metal all the time. I mean, you know,
I mean, he pretty much is metal all the time in the comics, honestly.
no, he's not. He's becomes himself a lot when he's in the X Mansion and shit.
In the 80s, he was, but dude, when you go 90s and above, he's always just
Really?
Colossus. Like
Oh,
chilling.
okay.
You never see Peter. You really don't. He doesn't like.
You don't switch back, huh?
And I
This,
wonder though if it keep because he doesn't have to breathe or anything when he's in that form. Like he can
yeah.
go underwater, you can't drown him. I wonder if when he's in this form, if he extends his life because he
I
doesn't
don't
need
know.
oxygen or anything when he's
It's
in this
interesting.
form.
I
He doesn't
mean,
need to eat.
being metal, he wouldn't be porous, so his body wouldn't take in oxygen either, right?
So I wonder if like the longer he's in that form, does the longer he pushes his life out, or is
Don't
it the
know. That's
opposite
interesting.
where it like takes it
Or does it
away?
shorten it? Yeah. Does it
Yeah.
shorten it? It's hard to. I mean, that would be a cool story, right?
I
Why
don't
aren't
know
they
why
focusing
they've
on
never
that
put
shit?
him in Atlantis because he can live underwater without any problem.
Well, I
You could
mean,
have him in a good story with
why don't they write a great
Namor.
story based on some of these characters? Some of these characters have some great things about them they could go into, but instead they want to do fashion shows and shit.
Damn
You
it,
know?
Mo's right. He does look like he's wearing a bra.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
he does.
god. Like the bra doesn't totally fit, like it's just stretching.
It
He's
doesn't
right. It
fit.
really does.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, dude, the
Um,
Juggernaut looks awesome in Deadpool too.
I don't love it. I don't love it.
Oh,
I think
I
he's too big.
you think he's
I
too big?
Yeah, he's too big.
Dude, the Juggernaut's huge.
Juggernaut should be big, but not that big. Like I don't consider the Juggernaut as big as the Hulk. I would say he's almost, but not quite. And they make him bigger than the Hulk in the Deadpool movie.
No, dude, no,
Yes,
they
he
can't.
is big,
I'd
man.
have to I guess I'd have to see him standing next to
See,
Colossus.
he could rust.
Can he rust Dojo?
I don't
I
know, and
don't
that's it. Because if he doesn't oxidize, then he can't rust, right? Because
yeah, because that's the thing
oxidation
why he can go
causes rust.
underwater and it doesn't mess him
So
up.
I don't know. We'd have to see. That's an interesting. I think it's an interesting thing. I would love to see a story on it. You know, very cool. Well, welcome anyway, Dojo.
Yeah, well,
um, but I would love to see that. For me, you could spend so much time on some of these individual characters that they're not doing. They're just wasting all these characters because they have to do team up stuff all the time.
dude,
You know.
Silver Surfer was done really well.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing about Silver Surfer to me is that I feel like how do you mess up the Silver Surfer? Does that make sense? Like
Well, I
once
don't think they
Terminator
did
2
mess up
came
on
out,
him. I think they messed up on Galactus.
yes, but what
He
I
wasn't
mean
the
is,
problem.
but when we're talking about the look of the Silver Surfer, um,
How do you mess
once
him up?
T2 came out, yeah, well, I mean, we saw the Silver Surfer in Terminator 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's when we were like, oh shit, you can actually, you can make that happen, you know? And I was like, that's all they have to do. They just have to make that thing come out as the Silver Surfer, and you've got it made.
Yeah, but I
And
mean, just how he
there it is.
moved, and especially his voice, I thought they did really nail him. I thought that was.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. Heroinberg, hey, welcome. Good to see you. Favorite movie superheroine villainous costumes? Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy. I thought that was just okay, but I understand. Joan Severance, Black Scorpion. Wow. I bet Kevin doesn't even know who Joan Severance is.
Or Black Scorpion.
Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman. Yeah, that was a good one. And Gal Gadot, or Gadot, Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's a good one. And Scarlett Johansson is Black Widow. Yeah, I think those are all great casts.
I think
actually.
what's her name looked great as Elektra. Oh my god.
Who?
Who played Elektra
In
in the Daredevil movie? And she had an Elektra movie. Whatever
Oh.
that actress is.
Oh,
She was
yeah, Ben
great.
Affleck's wife, right? It was his ex-wife.
Yeah, Jennifer something, right?
Yeah.
She
Yeah, I can't
looked
think of her
great.
name.
I'd put her above all those.
I didn't like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought she was just okay.
Mm-mm.
Not that she's bad. I wouldn't put her above Wonder Woman. No way. No way. And Michelle
Mm.
Pfeiffer as Catwoman, that was pretty awesome, dude. That was a great interpretation of the character. Even if it was off, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even
No,
if
it
it
was
was off,
definitely
it
a
was
cool
great.
idea with what they did with her costume. That was a
Yeah.
cool idea.
Right. Jennifer Garner. Thank you, Dojo.
Yeah.
That's who it was. And he says huge misstep on Galactus. Yeah, it was. It was a terrible thing.
They
They
made
should have
him a
really played that
cloud.
out. Right. Stupid. Stupid. They should never even have gone there. Ah, terrible. Anyway, so do you have any other favorites, Murph?
I feel like I should have so much more. I'm trying to think of ones that wowed me where I was like, wow, that really looks like that person. But it's like, I don't know. I felt like Ghost Rider looked cool with Nicolas Cage. When he would
Yeah,
turn
that was
into Ghost
actually
Rider,
really
that was
good.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that was good. That was pretty accurate too, right? Like,
I feel like the MCU's accurate, but a lot of times it's not cool. Like Doctor
oh,
Strange
really?
looks accurate, but I wouldn't say, "Oh man, he looks cool," or they went with a really cool look for him. You know what I mean? They almost play it
Right.
safe a lot of times with their characters.
Yeah, but Doctor Strange, you're saying doesn't look cool?
No, I think he looks accurate,
Man,
but he doesn't look cool. There's not much to him.
I don't know though, dude. See, Ghost Rider was cool.
Yeah, that does look
I
awesome,
think
doesn't
I
it?
think that's cool. The visuals
Yeah.
are cool, you know. And so, yeah, but it's hard to mess up a character like that. You give him, biker leather, chains, and a motorcycle and CG fire, and you got it made, man. I mean, he's a simple character to get
Yeah.
right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're right. Yeah, he's just badass.
Yeah, those images anyway are cool. So you don't have to do a lot with it. You just got to stick to it. And some of the other stuff could be that way too. I just think they just don't always want to stick with it. Um, yeah, comic accurate is only cool if the comic version looks cool. Yeah, that's true. But there's a lot of great comic things that you can look in the comic and go, I like that, but with seeing it live would just be weird as hell.
I wonder that with
You know?
Sabretooth, Jim Lee Sabretooth, cartoon animated
Yeah.
Sabretooth. He does look awesome, but would that translate in live action?
Well, it's not just the cartoon. He was in the comics that way too for a while.
Yeah, that's what I
And
meant though. But that was
yeah,
the
that's a
era.
tough. I think that wouldn't translate well. But I mean, I think you could give him the fur. Give him the fur, and give him something that was lined like that. But it wouldn't have to be like. I think he had like the cloved feet too, right? Like if you look at his feet in that, I think they made it look like they were cloved and like made him really look beastly.
No, isn't his feet just kind of like Spider-Man's? They're just like slippers.
No, they have either they look cloved with like an actual split in them, or they're painted that way to look like they're a split.
No, I
So
gotta look now that you're saying that, because he's
I
got
was
that orange.
disappointed when they had what? What's that?
I was gonna.
He's got that orange and what?
Well, I don't know.
Okay,
Looking
let
at
me
his
read this.
feet, it almost kind of looks like he's got boots on at times.
All right, hold it. Well, let me find a picture of him and then we'll go back to it. So I was disappointed when they had Luke Cage and Hellcat both in their costume for half a second and both made a disparaging comment
Yeah,
about their own costume. I think that sucks. Yes, I agree. I hated that too. Um, and I liked the Luke Cage that they cast in
dude, he
that.
looked cool though with
He
the
was cool.
when they did show that when he was in the jail and
Yeah,
had
yeah,
that
I
old
liked it.
school. I thought that was cool.
I did too, and I liked his cast. You know, him as the character. It's just, yeah, I think those are hard designs to translate. But I do believe Hellcat could have been in that costume more, for sure.
Hmm.
Nanette Medvedarna. I'm not sure who that is. Brigitte Nielsen, Red Sonja. That was okay for me. I didn't love her as Red Sonja. I got to be honest. I
Yeah,
mean,
Red Sonja.
I thought she was just okay. Um, I wanted a little different for Red Sonja for some reason, but Jennifer Garner Elektra, so that's what you said, Murph. And
Yeah.
then Helen Slater Supergirl, yeah, that was pretty good. And Pamela Anderson for Barbed Wire or Barbed Wire. Yeah, she was accurate though. That was
Yeah,
actually pretty cool.
that's pretty funny. He was
Ooh,
accurate.
yeah, look at this Black Manta and Aquaman.
That
That
was
was
good.
perfect.
Yeah.
I
That
thought it was perfect.
yeah. And especially
Um,
even how his helmet worked. I thought that was really well done.
yeah,
That's a good one. Black Manta was really cool.
and I was blown away because I didn't expect it to come off as good as it did. I thought it was going to
Yeah.
really suck. And
No, he looked cool.
yeah, it really was something for me. Because I always liked that character anyway. And then they actually made him really badass. I was happy for that movie. In fact, Aquaman came out cool in that movie,
Yeah.
which I think that's very hard to do. So they did
I
a
even
good
thought his
job on
brother
him
looked
too.
cool too. Whatchamacallit?
Yeah. Uh,
His brother's a big villain, and I can't think of
yeah,
what
I'll
his
get
name is.
it.
Ocean
I'll get
Master.
Yeah, Ocean Master.
That was cool. I like how they made. I really like that for of probably all the DC movies. That's probably my favorite. I thought it was very well done.
Yeah. Um. Oh shit! I wanted the movie, and it gave me the comics. So that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, Ocean Master was cool. Yeah, I think Aquaman's movie was done very well. Action scenes awesome. The
Yes,
adventure they
very much
go
so.
on, I thought it was very well done.
I think so too, and I was actually blown away by it. Because I
Actually,
think the
I,
visuals were perfect.
I was surprised how underwhelming Namor and their place was because I thought they would have tried to up it to go against DC's
Plus,
version of that, and DC's version's way cooler.
it is. I mean, yeah, you can't deny that. It looked better all the way around, all the way around. Um, it looked like a real realm under the water, you know, where
Thank you.
Namor, Namor looked kind of like they were just kind of hunkered down under the sea. You know what I
Yeah, it didn't
mean?
even look like a huge city or anything. It
No, it didn't. It didn't look great to me at
which
all.
was weird to me
Um,
because Wakanda was such a I don't know
yeah,
if you could say fleshed out, but the ideas and what you understood of it felt really cool. And
yeah,
it's like it was a barely an afterthought with Namor. I feel like
yeah. I
Namor
agree.
was the only cool thing about
Yeah,
like this species wasn't cool. They're just strong.
yeah,
That's it. Like the water
yeah,
bombs were cool though too. I like that.
yeah. I like that. But I mean, just look at the visual of this, though. This is
Oh,
fantastic.
we'll take a picture of their like regular soldiers.
Yeah,
The stuff they would wear looked so cool.
it was. Yeah, I don't know, man. DC got him on the looks. I think, in fact, in a lot of ways, although DC's movies have not held up,
No,
their their accuracy towards the comic book has been better. Like
honestly,
when you look at
whoever,
when you look at
whoever,
Superman, he was perfect. You know,
yeah.
even Ben Affleck's Batman looked in the costume fantastic.
I don't
You
know if
know,
what's her name's perfect Wonder Woman. She's beautiful, but I picture my Wonder Woman being a little stronger. I feel like she's almost too skinny for Wonder Woman.
yeah, she is a little too skinny, but I still think she looked great. So
Well, I mean,
it
she's
was still a
gorgeous.
good cast. You know what I mean? It wasn't a terrible cast. It was good. And then um, I would say any of the people that they've cast in those characters, they look the part. You know what I mean? Black Adam, that was a great cast.
I
Terrible. I
hated,
hated the movie.
I hated Suicide Squad's. Um, fuck, what's his name? The Lizard for
The
Gotham.
Lizard.
Who's their lizard that Batman
Oh,
always
Croc,
fights?
Killer Croc.
I
Killer
hated
Croc.
how he looked in Suicide Squad. He just like looked like some little dude that had skin problem. Killer Croc should be
Um,
fucking awesome and huge.
yeah, I know. Yeah, Dojo says the thing is Wonder Woman's supposed to be an Amazon. She should be taller. And I agree with that. Yes. Um, that's why I think Linda Carter still embodied the perfect Wonder Woman.
I think what's
Um,
her name would have been really good, especially when she was young, right out of UFC. That
who's
was
that?
in the Mando that they fucking. God, why can't I think?
What?
They canceled her. She was in Mando.
Oh yeah, Gina Carano.
Yeah, I think she would have, like when she was younger, she would have been a perfect Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
she
she's
probably would have.
built.
She's made out of clay, the natural world. Build physics don't really apply to a magic woman. Laugh out loud. Yeah, right. I mean, you're right.
That's a good, yeah, good point. That's a good point.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah. Gina Carano, yeah, she
I
is.
just
She
mean
would have been great.
when I think of Wonder Woman, I don't think of her skinny. You know what I
No,
mean? Like,
no, not at all. And I don't think of her too muscular either. So you can't go either way. You have to be in
no,
the
but I just mean
middle
like
of.
she's very skinny. Like her
Yeah.
face is very skinny. It's like
Yep.
she's just
Yep.
she's really skinny for Wonder Woman. I just would like someone
Right.
a
I agree.
little
I
bit
agree with
more Amazonian. But whoever did Aquaman, they should have been like, you know what, you take over the DC because it really was done very well.
I agree. He put heart into the story too. Like if you
Yeah,
go back and look at the underlying themes of that story, they're pretty deep.
yeah.
Pun intended. And you know, I really and I think it was well done. And I think if people go back and watch it again and they try to understand that, I think they'll get more out of it. It
Yeah,
was
that they
it was
used
really well
Aquaman's
done.
being able to talk to fish about people need to
Yeah,
talk with each other and yeah,
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 communicate.
really, really, really good
It was
movie,
cool.
honestly.
Yeah, they used a weird power. You know, that's one of the weirder, like obscure powers, I think, that everybody kind of made fun of, never had good use for. And then in that movie, they actually like made it important. You know what I mean?
I
And
don't
I
know
thought
though.
that
When
was
they
a
showed him as a little kid in that aquarium, and all those sharks are behind him, and the kids are watching, that's pretty. Could they be able to talk to fish then? Wish I could talk to fish. I'd have sharks bite tons of my friends. Go to the
right.
beach and
Oh, okay. So Dojo says perfect woman for Wonder Woman would have been Courtney Byers,
do you know who that
formerly
is?
known as Allison Tyler. Hang on. If you know her, you know her. Do not pull her up on screen with ethnic scenes. Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna have to look it up. I gotta
Yeah,
find out
no, I do not.
who this is.
I like
So
how
you
formerly
said
known. I'm guessing what that other
Courtney
name was. Right?
Byers. Right, right. I'll have to look that up and see who it is. Um, because uh, okay, I got a couple things here. I see what you're talking about. That's pretty cool. Let me look up Allison Tyler, see if it gives me more. Because
Who did he say she'd be good for?
Wonder Woman. Okay, now I'm seeing why he says that. Probably not gonna put it up on stream, but yeah, I
I see what
understand
he
what he's
means
saying.
though. Her body shape. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
probably right.
yeah, and that's what you're talking about. You don't want a skinny Wonder Woman. You know, you want somebody who's filled out, more. You know, they look like they have some power, but they're not like. I don't like them when they're like China used to be from the WWF. You know,
Yeah,
I
this
didn't like
girl
that
isn't
at
like
all.
muscular, but she's not.
Yeah, so she's like 6'1". Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's what. Yeah, I think that's what I mean when I think of a Wonder Woman. Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. Okay. Um, she's now a health coach and writer. Okay, wow.
If she's 6'1", how tall is Gal Gadot?
I don't know.
I always thought she
Not
was
that tall.
tall, but
I
maybe
think
she's
she's
more
tall, but she's
lanky.
not probably not that tall. Yeah, she wasn't taller than Ben Affleck or
Did you know
Henry
she
Cavill.
almost got the role of Gamora?
That would have been good. She would have been a good Gamora, probably.
I mean, I like what's her name as Gamora, so
I like that too, but you know, when I think about that, I don't think that was a great interpretation of Gamora. I think she was a good character, well
yeah,
written, but her look is not that great. And I don't think Drax is that great either. I thought he was going to be better, and it really wasn't that great for me either.
yeah, yeah. Really, Groot's the only one that really looks like him in the
I
comics.
mean, Rocket Raccoon looks very accurate.
I don't. I think
And then,
Rocket Raccoon looks less like a rocket in the comics than
oh,
than.
really? See,
Yeah, I think he looks a
I
little weird in the comics, honestly.
oh wow. Oh,
Like
I
I
think
feel
it's
like they
because they
make his
cartoony.
face bigger than a raccoon's face
Yeah,
would be, and
yeah, they do, they do. But Star Lord, I think they nailed like with his costume when the way it comes up over his face and everything. I felt like they nailed him
that
pretty
is
well,
cool how they
except
do that.
you know, they didn't give him his military look. You remember that one? It was a little more recent.
I like the one
Uh,
where he kind of has what he has in the MCU, but it's like there's a helmet with it, so he doesn't have his hair
yeah,
out. I
yeah, I
would have
like that.
I
Yeah,
would have rathered him have a top with that
right.
than have his hair kind of just out flowing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
the other people that I would mention is Sandman from Spider-Man.
yeah.
Which
Especially
Spider-Man
this
was that?
3.
3. Yeah. So to me,
Venom in
Spider-Man.
the Venom movies that does look like Venom.
I don't love it. I got to tell you, I'm not I'm not into the Venom movies at all. I think
I
they
like the
suck.
first one. The second one's okay, but I do like the first one.
I thought it was terrible. Um, and I just think that there's something about maybe it's his voice and the way they make him actually like act. I just think I think it's terrible. I really
I don't
do.
know. I
I
like
know
it.
a lot of people like it, but for me, Venom is a hard character for me anyway because he got so popular and everyone's like, do Venom," and I'm like, I think there's so many better villains to do than
You
Venom.
hate any character made in the 90s.
No, I don't. No, I don't. But I loved a lot of other characters that I thought were better than Venom, and they should have spent time on them first, and then Venom could have come later. But then they pushed him, and now he's got this movie, and I think the movies really weren't well done. Like visually, they're okay, but
Well,
Tom
Carnage
Hardy,
wasn't done well.
I don't like what they did with Tom Hardy and Venom.
Their
The
relationship.
yeah, playing off of it, I thought it was too trying to be too funny, and I think they thought they were going to get something out of that, and it really just sucked. Sorry, that's just where I'm at.
No, you are right. They do try to do more of a comedy act with them,
Yeah,
which really isn't a Venom thing.
yeah, yeah. They messed up the Guardians. Where was Martinex, Charlie 27, Skyhawk, Vance Astro, and Vicky? Yeah,
Is
those
that
are
the
no,
original
those are some of the
Guardians that he's talking about?
yeah. I think they're the older Guardians.
Aren't those the
yeah.
ones that are in the end credits where they show them all together with Stallone?
Aren't yeah, I thought they were in there with Stallone. I thought that's who they were. But maybe I'm wrong.
I could be wrong too because I don't know. Really, I barely knew anything about Guardians until they came to the theater.
Yeah. Yeah. Has anyone ever seen Garrett Gilchrist's 2008 film, fan film, Shamelessly She-Hulk? Incredibly comic accurate story, character played by two different actresses, with the She-Hulk actress being much taller. Ooh, I wonder if Dojo's seen that because he loves
Love
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would think, I bet he saw it, but I have not seen it. So I'd have to look at it and check it out. And he says, yes, they were in the end credits. So,
They looked really
okay.
cool in the end credits. I'm surprised they
They
haven't
were.
done with them.
Yeah. Yeah, they were really cool. But I thought they were going to try to develop them a little more, is what I heard. Maybe they'll be.
I heard a
in
rumor they
part
were getting
3.
their own movie, but then that
Yeah.
never.
That'd be cool.
mean-
It'd be cool if they did.
Stallone could definitely still carry a movie.
Yeah, so Harrowenberg says, yeah, those are the Guardians I grew up with, although it was more Guardians of the solar system because there was one from each planet, right? Right. That's funny. That's pretty cool, though. I like that old school stuff, though, because the more simpler it can be, sometimes the better it is. You know?
Yeah.
But Sandman, to me, is one of the best right here.
Yeah, CGI or
So-
not, he looks like Sandman.
Yeah, to me, that's actually one of the best. Doc Ock was really well done. I mean, what else could you do with him? You
Yeah.
know?
But it was
And
cool
then-
when he first becomes Sandman and you see him trying to form himself, and I thought that
Yeah.
was a really cool
Yeah, it was.
scene.
I'm not going to mention a lot of Iron Man. I think they did a great job on Iron Man in the movies because I think he looked so fantastic. And what else could you do to make him look
Hulkbuster
better?
was awesome though.
Well,
That
I
was
think
awesome.
all of it. I don't. How else could you have made Iron Man any better? How could you make him look better than what he was? Could you do any improvements on the movies at all? I don't know if you could. Like when you go back and look at them,
I've heard people say they don't like the mask.
man.
That there's
don't
other
know, dude.
versions of his mask that they would have rather
Okay.
than have.
But that's more style though. But to be honest, like the way it came off, it looked real. It looked
Did look real,
Like,
yeah.
the way it transformed and everything. I
Hey.
was just like, I don't know if they could have done.
There's
it better,
tons of
man.
his comics where you could see his eyes in which I'm glad they never did that. It's always lights
Yeah.
there because that would just look weird if you could see his eyes in the.
No, I mean
Yeah.
when you look at all the different versions they did from the different mocks, up through.
Especially
To
the third
the
one
most
where they
recent
show like 30 of them.
Yeah, but the first one they did, the old
Yeah.
one that he did when he was he was a prisoner.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was great the way they did that. And then clear on up through to the newer stuff, it was like I don't know if they could improve him any better. And then I would say Captain America, didn't like his first outfit very much.
It was okay.
The
It
Avengers
could have done
outfit
worse.
was
It could have been
terrible.
worse.
Yeah, but the Avengers outfit was terrible. And then when they did Winter Soldier, it was fantastic. When he had the stripes, going
Yeah.
off his chest. That was great. Where it was the blue outfit. And then when
I
he
love
hit
it. I love the bearded Infinity War. Love that.
Oh yeah, that was great too. But his outfit got better after that. It looked better from that point on. And so
The
anything
funny
after
thing
that
is, though, I
was
feel
great.
like his costume works in the Avengers for some. You're right; it's
It did.
terrible looking, but for some
Yeah.
reason, it works.
It worked, but it was not that great. Like you could tell they took a step back on that one. Like even his first movie was better than that one.
Oh, I don't disagree, but
And-
it doesn't take away when I'm watching the Avengers fight together in that movie. I'm never
Right,
like,
right. Yeah.
especially when you see
Well,
them
then-
in that round camera
Yeah.
view, it doesn't detract.
Do you think they could have improved the Hulk? Like, I still think this is the best Hulk. I don't like Smart Hulk. That's not where I'm at. But the first Avengers Hulk, clear up, through most of the movies up until Smart Hulk came along.
I feel like he looked best in Ragnarok. I thought
He did.
he looked awesome in that, and
You know
how he
what though?
talked.
I
And
think he was starting to retract there. I think he was looking okay there. My favorite look of him was during the first Avengers, and I think it's
that is a
because of
good
the
look.
way
Yeah.
it's because of the way they made him go, I'm always angry, and then he just morphs right into the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, the Hulk has that short nose, that that
Yeah.
structure, the way they gave him his face structure in that movie, it was dead on to me. And I'm a big Hulk fan. I love the Hulk. And so the look of him matters a lot to me. And I felt like that was fantastic. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if they can really improve him down the road again. You know what I mean? Like, but you always say that and then they always do, but it just makes you feel like that. So, hey, thanks for coming in, Dojo. Thank you so much, man. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Yeah,
a good
added
night.
tons to the combo.
Yeah, they're gonna have Professor Murph on there tonight, I think, for their incendiary show. So if you guys want to go check that out, do it. So that's awesome. We'll see you soon. But yeah, for me, the Hulk was one of the best. Hawkeye, I don't know, man. They could have done a little better on him, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Don't you think? He, I don't know.
His
It was just
coolest
okay.
outfit's the Ronin one.
Yeah, it is. It is. He was just okay for me. But I like
I kind
Jeremy
of always
Renner.
wanted to
So
see how Black Panther would look like with the cape.
I'm glad they didn't. That Civil War Black Panther was perfect.
Yeah,
It was perfect.
I always just picture him with a cape, so it's hard to not.
See, I don't. I like him in just that sleek black outfit. That's what I like the best.
But that's what you think. Like before the movies, you think like comic book wise. I don't picture
comic
him
book.
not.
I pictured him without the cape.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. The cape kind of ruined it for me. I never really liked the cape. I thought the cape was too much. Doesn't make sense to me. He's trying to be sleek, like a panther. It doesn't make sense to have a cape. So,
Good point.
yeah, it was a dumb style choice, if you ask me.
Like the Invincibles, no capes.
Yep. I mean, capes are fine for certain characters, just not that one.
Do you think we'll ever
I
get
actually
Batman no cape?
Batman?
Yeah, no cape Batman.
You shouldn't have a Batman no cape. His cape is part of his character. It's
What
a
about
character,
what
so you got to
about
have it.
the future Batman? He don't have no cape.
Batman Beyond?
Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
he got no cape.
He's got. It's not a cape. It's more of like he's got more of a wingsuit, so it
Like
comes
Spider-Man?
out. But yeah. So when he can actually like glide, so it's pretty cool. So that would be cool. I'd love to see that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Thor.
Oh
I think they've done a
shit!
good job on Thor. What are you talking about?
The Ninja Turtles costumes.
What?
Their costumes are done ridiculous for the first movie in the 90s.
You still
Dude.
think that's the best ever?
Yes, it is the best ever. Dude, those guys were doing karate moves in those costumes. Those costumes are huge. Those are the best costumes.
It still doesn't look
They're
that
actual
good. Actual
costumes.
Yeah, but it doesn't look that good.
They look awesome. You just hate them because they're not made during your generation.
No, it's not
Consider
true.
the 90s.
I don't.
In your
No, I don't
hater
hate the Turtles. I actually like the Turtles. I don't love the movies.
Dude,
I
that
think the
first
movies were
movie is
terrible.
great. That first movie is great.
Well, that's because it's your childhood, but it's not
No, it holds up. An adult can watch it. Be like, this is a good movie.
Okay. I'll
Look
give
at
it
how
to you, but
Casey
I don't
Jones
agree with
looks.
you. Yeah, they did a good job on that.
Look at the Shredder looks.
Yeah. I like Shredder. I just always felt like they made him stupid, though.
I mean, he kicks the crap out of them.
Yeah. So just to follow up, Darna is the popular Filipino heroine since the 50s. There's a Telefantasia show of Darnia running right now, over 100 episodes so far. New actress is absolutely stunning in her costume. Huh, that's pretty cool.
Mm.
Since the 50s. Wow. And Telefantasia show. I'll have to see that, man. Some of this stuff is really interesting. I am curious about this kind of stuff. So we'll have to check it out. It's a telenovela that's sci-fi fantasy based. So see, already sounds cool.
Mm-hmm. That does sound cool.
Yeah, man, I'll check it out, Haroldberg. Thanks for that.
What
Sounds
channel
really
is it
fun.
on?
Oh, I'm sure you could go on YouTube and maybe find some things. I bet you could. Go online, see what you can look up. I bet you find it. Who else? We got anybody else, or we tapped out? I feel like Thanos was pretty good.
Dude.
I don't feel like it was super awesome, but I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Could they have done more? They needed to fatten him up, maybe make him a little wider. You know what I mean?
You're right. He is very wide.
Yeah, but
In the
it didn't
comics.
bother me. But this version of him, because they put in the actor's face inside of his and stuff,
Yeah.
it made him look tough. Like he had a tough look.
Yeah, he did.
And when you see him going, ooh, ooh, you know, up on the Hulk's ribs and stuff, that, I don't know, dude, that blew me away. You know?
Yeah, how fast he was able to move. Yeah, that was
being able
cool. And
to,
it didn't look weird.
no, and it looked natural, and it put a hurting on the Hulk. And I was like, oh my gosh, like he just hurt the Hulk, you know? In my head, I was going, what? Oh my God, you know? And it was perfect. So I don't know. And his whole crew, his whole crew, what were they called? You know, Proxima
The
Midnight.
children of Thanos, right?
Yeah, the children, his children.
They're named
They were all
something else in
pretty
the
badass,
comic,
too.
though. They're not called the children of
Yeah.
Thanos in the comics.
Yeah, I forget the name.
They're called
They have a name.
something.
Mhm.
Because there's an added one that they didn't have in it. There's a girl that's named like Super Giant, I think, something like that.
Huh.
Because the big guy's named Black Dwarf, and so they didn't name him that in the movie because they thought people would be offended, and they called him something else.
I thought it was accurate. I thought they named him the right thing.
No, they gave him a different name in the movie. He's not Black
Oh.
Dwarf in the movie.
Okay.
Because
I
of
thought it
that.
was-
They thought people were going to
Okay.
be. Damn it, what are they called? They do have a name, the Five.
Yeah.
But in the movie, I think they're just the children of Thanos, and there's only 4 of them. They're missing the bluish female with the hoodie.
I don't know the names of them, but I thought they were pretty awesome to look at.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of them. They made like statues of them. And yeah, I don't know if it was for like a con or something, but they actually made statues of them and thought it was pretty fun. So, can you see that very well?
Oh, are those life sized?
Yeah, I think they were.
Oh, damn.
They made some for like a Comic-Con.
You know, it's funny
was
you
pretty
say
cool.
that though, but Thanos is actually kind of wide.
He is wide,
Like
but not
his
as wide
stomach
as the
is-
comic character.
No,
like his
you're right.
legs. and
He's more
everything
like
are-
the Juggernaut in the comics.
Yeah. But I thought that was appropriate. They did him right. You know. I thought they did all those characters pretty well. Great designs. A lot of fun.
Yeah, Cole Obsidian. He's known as Black Dwarf in the comics.
Yeah, Obsidian. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
So they called him Cole Obsidian instead.
Okay. Wow. Shoot. Okay. Well, I don't know if I have any more costumes after all this.
There's definitely ones we're not thinking of. It's just
Well, like when I said, did you
Bullseye
watch
was
Black Adam?
terrible. Bullseye with
Black-
Bullseye on his forehead.
Yeah, that was terrible. Did you watch Black Adam?
Yes, I did because it was free on HBO and I was bored out of my mind.
Uh,
Not
not
a
a
good
terrible
movie, but
movie.
what's his name was
It's not
great.
terrible.
Dr. Fate was awesome.
Doctor Fate was. I was going to say Doctor Fate was great. Hawkman didn't.
He was good.
I the hold on. The guy was okay. I liked the cast of him. I didn't
Hmm.
like his outfit. The wings and the helmet were wrong. They were
Oh, they were.
thin. They were thin and just really like they. When you have Hawkman, it's like mare's wings. They got to be wider and more imposing.
Well, they
They
didn't
can't be
tell
this
us. I
thin
thought in the
little
movie they would
flit.
have said what his powers were, and they never really did. So I don't even
No,
know what
and
Hawkman could do.
I think the problem I saw with him too was that he yeah, his outfit just came on. You know what I mean? I'm like, where are they getting all this? How did this happen? Who is this guy? You know what I mean? Like you had no setup for who
Mhm.
they were. I thought
Yeah,
that
oh
was kind of
yeah.
crappy.
It wasn't written well. It wasn't a good movie.
No, they just wanted to get it done,
The
and
funny thing is
kind of
I
sucked.
felt like Dr. Fate and the Eagle guy were more interesting than Black Adam. Like
Yeah, they were.
even I was thinking like Black Adam gives himself up because he feels like he's too bad and he's not like his son. But then he breaks
Right.
out of it at the end. With I was just like, what am I supposed to be getting from it? Like it was really weird. Like I was like almost confused. Like what am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to be
Yeah.
rooting for him now? What? It
Yeah,
just
it was weird. It was really weird, and um, I think it wasn't well thought out.
no.
Uh,
It's almost like they didn't have a
come
plot,
on.
really.
Yeah, it's like they really tried to rethink the plot, and they kept thinking it through, and it was like not working for
What's the
them.
plot of the movie? What was the plot of the movie?
Well, they freed Black Adam, and then they think he's the savior, but he's really not. He didn't come there to save them. Basically, he was only there for revenge for his son.
Yeah.
So he didn't have a plot. He was just basically he just ends up, uh, you know, redeeming himself because he says, look, I'll fight for you, and that's the only thing that brings him back. So really, there's no really great quality about it. But
No.
that's the problem with this movie. That's the problem with these movies. Black Adam's not a hero. You know what I mean? So why do a whole movie dedicated to him?
And to
That's
me,
the
I felt like they were trying
that's
to do
dumb.
too hard the Terminator thing with him, where Rock didn't know anything, so he was like,
Yeah.
"Tell them the black man sent you," like whatever the kid would tell him, kind of like what Arnold would.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I can't find a good movie version of Hawkman. I don't know why, but I can't find it.
Because
Um,
no one cares. Hawkman sucks.
well, and that's it. Well, here's a picture. I got it. So let me share this. And
Didn't they have
I
one of
like
the
old
Hawkmen or girls on the TV show?
on Arrow.
I think he looks cool though. Like I think that looks cool.
It's okay, but his wings coming really far out of the side of his head.
Oh, you're talking about the helmet, not the actual wings.
Yeah, like that ain't good. And
It's
to
all
me, the whole thing about Hawkman is his helmet. Like you can do wings easy. That's not the hard part
sure.
about Hawkman. The wings need to be more imposing. And look how thin they are. They're just these thin little things coming off his head. And I think that's terrible. So Harrenberg says they were pretty on point. They were, for the most part, they were pretty on point. Even Cyclone was surprisingly good. It's too bad we'll never actually get Adriana Tomaz as Mighty Isis to relive our 1970s crush. Yeah, I remember the Mighty Isis. But yeah, it's to me, it's just not Hawkman. You know what I mean? It's okay, but it's not imposing to me. The wings, once you do the wings wrong on the helmet, you've pretty much lost the look of it for me. Maybe I'm being too picky, but
I thought the guy
Hawkman
looked
is
good in it. Like I thought you could see his eyes in the helmet and everything like that. Like
yeah. No, he was a great cast. I have no problem with him.
I
think
couldn't
they did
figure
good
out where I've seen him before. Kept bothering me. I'm like, I know this actor from something, and I
Yeah.
couldn't get it.
Yeah, it's just to me, Hawkman's helmet has to be badass looking.
I'm glad I didn't go to the theater and spent money. I would have been mad because that was not a good movie.
Yep. That's what I was saying. And I knew it was going to be bad. Like, I just knew it fell that it wasn't going to be great. And what were they going to do for him anyway? Like, why are they focusing a whole movie on him? You know?
Oh, Warner Brothers didn't know what they were doing.
No, it's terrible. It's just terrible. I'm trying to look up something here.
Maybe we should call it. I'm running out
Well,
of energy.
hang on. I want to look up Kingdom Come Hawkman. I love the way he
Ehrenberg
looks.
says the 6 children of Thanos, but he's missing the one.
There were only 5 that I knew of.
Well, you can count Gamora and Nebula, but there's 5 plus Gamora and Nebula.
No,
Um,
I can't find the Kingdom Come version of Hawkman, but I love the way Alex Ross paints him in that.
now I
But
got
then Alex Ross does some other weird versions of him too that I don't like. So, what were you saying?
now I got to find what that other one's name.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that. So, well, anyway, it's all right. Yeah, Hawkgirl on Legends of Tomorrow for a couple seasons. Costume was meh. Yeah, I thought it was meh too. Even the guy, they had Hawkman on there for a minute too, and I didn't.
I
like it
thought
that
so.
much.
Like I thought they made them Egyptian.
Yeah, yeah, they did, and he's got that kind of background on some versions of him. But I, I want him. I think my favorite version is their alien background.
Who would you compare them to in Marvel, like superhero level? Like, are they important?
Yeah, I mean they're
The Black Order is what they were called. Okay.
Black Order. That's who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, who would I compare Hawkman and Hawkgirl to?
Yeah.
Geesh, dude, that's tough.
Big enough to have their own movie, like Ant-Man
I
and
mean,
Wasp?
they're a little. Well, yeah, they're a little on the Thor level, but not like power wise. I mean, I think they're just powerful. You know what I mean? And
Okay, I
they're
found it. So there's
great.
Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, Ebony Maw, Supergiant. Supergiant is the blue girl in a white hoodie,
Okay.
and Black Dwarf.
Okay. Yeah, Call Obsidian. That's who it is. Call Obsidian. That's who I was trying to think of.
So Black
said they-
Dwarf is the big one.
Yeah.
So they gave him a different name though in
Yeah. Call Obsidian. That's what they call
Yeah,
it.
that's what they gave him.
Which I like that better than Black Dwarf.
Yeah.
It sounds better. It
He's
does.
not
It's
even
a cooler
black
name.
or a dwarf, so why call him that?
Yeah.
It's just weird.
So yeah, you'll have to look up Hawkman, man. I actually like Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Is he big? Are they big on the Justice League? Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
who on
they're
Avengers are they for Avengers level?
I don't compare the JSA to the Avengers.
Because you can't
They're just not the same,
really.
you know. Yeah, they're not. They're not the same, man. You got to read them for who they are. They're different characters.
Well, I know they're different color characters, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, they just
Like the
they all
Avengers have a
different
holy
roles.
trinity, so does Justice League, and
Well, they do and they don't. I mean, it's just not set up the same way. But to me, Hawkman is like a little on the Thor side because he's bigger, imposing. He's got this mace, and he is powerful. You know, he's strong.
yeah, I didn't like that in
so
the
he's-
movie. I had no idea if he could even fight Black Adam. Like they don't tell you anything, so it's like
He wouldn't be a match for Black Adam full on
that's
by
what
himself.
I thought.
No way, no way. You know, Black Adam's Superman level. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Almost Superman.
With lightning, yeah, Superman don't got no lightning.
Well, he's magic too, so he's got one up on Superman.
I do like that Superman it doesn't do well against magic. I think that's that's a cool
I
idea.
do too. Yep, I think it's cool too. So Shazam is actually, his match.
Well, what's
Or
crazy too
Captain
is
Marvel.
Superman's in the end credits, but they didn't even have to shoot that scene together. You don't even see them face to face or anything. So it's like, what was so great about that? He basically.
I thought it was stupid, and then
Yeah.
they should have made him show something with Shazam. Like, why didn't they tie it into Shazam?
Especially when they have the same God give him the powers too. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, it's real stupid. I was like, what are we doing here?
I don't know. It's a mess.
Yeah, that's why DC is failing. So anyway,
James Gunn really hasn't made a superhero. He makes anti-hero stuff. So
yeah, I'm
we'll
not
see what he
trusting
can
him.
do.
When he fired Henry Cavill as Superman, I went, nope, I'm over it. I don't want to see what he has to do now. He's going to have to really pull it out of his ass for me to like him now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I'm for DC, I can't wait for his third Guardians, but I don't give a shit about the other stuff.
Especially if they use what's his name for Batman, because I did not like that Batman at all.
Yeah, I'm not real happy with it. I'm afraid they're going to do something with Superman and just ruin it. So, you don't get rid of a guy who's excited to be Superman.
No,
and he's a fan favorite, and he looks like Superman, and he's ready to go. You know what I mean? You don't mess with that. That's magic. You're not going to get that again for a long time. So he messed with magic and threw it away. And he's going to pay for it. I mean, it's going to be terrible. So, and we fans are going to pay for it now too. So
it's sad. He really does love playing the part. It's like,
yeah, exactly. And that's, if you give him the right movie to play it, I think he's going to do well. And he would have been another Christopher Reeve, I think.
Dude, I don't know why they didn't go, because when you think about it, like you take the 4 movies out with the brothers for Marvel, and Marvel doesn't look as good with them not there. Like,
yeah,
Captain America, Winter Soldier, Civil War, and the 2 Avengers movies are like top 10. Like,
yep.
I don't know why you just don't get those 2 and be like, hey, you can do whatever you want with DC here.
Yep, I know. Doesn't make sense to me either, man. It really doesn't. I don't know what they're thinking.
No.
If I was DC, I'd be going to Marvel going, hey, help us do our movies. You know what I mean?
They could easily be like, help us, and we'll do a movie where DC fights Marvel for a trilogy.
Yeah, we'll do a major crossover.
Yeah.
Have a fun, major crossover movie.
Yeah, just sign a contract. We'll be like, we'll do it comics, video games, movies to help you help us, and we'll help you.
Yeah, they missed the boat big time.
Can you imagine Spider-Man versus Flash with the spider sense going and how fast Flash is? There'd be some pretty cool things.
Yeah, but they're just stupid to me. It's just stupid.
I think we'll see it in our lifetime, though. A DC Marvel on the big screen.
I don't know.
I think we will. Too much money.
Yeah.
Because there'll be a time where Marvel's done everything that they can do.
Yeah. Okay, well, you want to call it quits?
Yeah, good night.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for coming in. Happy New Year to everybody.
Like, share, subscribe.
There you go.
We'll be here next Tuesday.
Be back again. Yep, next week at our normal time, Tuesday at 8:00. Unless something happens, I don't know. Maybe we'll switch some times up. We'll see. But we'll go from there. Oh, look at that. Herwinberg says Hawkman's match in Marvel, Hogan the Grim for the mace, and Falcon or Angel for the wings. That's probably true.
Falcon's a B player. I guess he can be a B player, right?
Yeah. So, okay. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
We will see you guys soon. Have a great week. And do we want to play something to outro us, I guess?
Stay classy, San Diego.
Right. We'll do this.
Play Godzilla.
Murph and Dirk and Dirk and Murph and Dirk and Dirk.